Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I'm discussing the fact that these next-gen consoles, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, should have been delayed. Now I know this is a weird opinion to have because people are absolutely clamoring for them still. I mean, the resale market is just insane. I know it's gone down a little bit, but it's still way above what it should be. It's still incredibly difficult to find one of these things, and it's January. I mean, it's been a couple months now, and people are still unable to find one of these systems. And the thing is, I think it just should have been delayed, and I think it should have been delayed not just because of the stock issue, but that is definitely a huge issue. And they should have just waited till they had more. And why they should have waited till they had more is because they didn't really have anything at release anyway. What did the Xbox Series X have for the Xbox Series X that was only going to be on that system? Is there a single game that launched alongside the Series X that took full advantage of its power? Because Watch Dogs Legion sure as hell didn't. That game is trash. Valhalla, slightly better. It's okay. Every game runs better. The loading times are faster. But the thing is it's just, there was no real need to get this system. Whenever the Xbox One came out, Titanfall and a couple other, lots of different games came out that were only for the Xbox One. When the PlayStation 4 came out, there were games that were only on the PlayStation 4. What is only on the PlayStation 5? I mean, Astro Bot, which you get for free, which honestly is an underrated gem, and I might just do a video on that because I don't think enough people have talked about that game. What else? Sackboy. Demon's Souls, I guess, if you want to count a remaster. I mean, you could technically play that on the PlayStation 3. It's the same exact game. This just looks phenomenally, just incredibly better. But the gameplay is fundamentally the same. And I've heard it's pretty much exactly the same, except for a couple minor details and upgrades. So that begs the question as to why they launched them in the first place. Why did they launch these new systems when they knew they would not have enough in stock? Why did they launch in this horrible way where pre-orders are just a mess, buying them has been a mess, it's just been a complete nightmare? And they did it just because that's, you know, it's tradition. They launch it in November. That's what they do. They're not flexible in any way. They just want to launch it when they normally launch it near the holiday season, even though they didn't need the holiday season to sell these things. They didn't even have enough. I mean, if they had waited another year, what would we have missed out on, right? I mean, yeah, we would miss out on those 3 games, and I'm sure there's going to be a couple more that come out through 2021, but you could have just waited with all those games, pushed all of those games back, and then launched them all like a big launch week. Have a ton of great games come out for the system, get people really excited, really happy, able to purchase it. I think that would be a big thing, because the fact that so many people can't buy this thing has turned it into something that went from super exciting to just super frustrating. Something that should be a joyous time for all gamers has become one of the most frustrating times ever in video games because people just can't buy the damn thing. I mean, nearly 2 months later after launch, it's still not readily available. And when it is up, it's up for like a couple of minutes and then it's gone. And honestly, I thought that they would have a lot more in stock by now. I thought by 2021, like January, February, they'd be readily available. I now seen how quickly they're still selling out. I don't even know if February they're going to be readily available. Maybe March, maybe April? Who knows at this point? Because it didn't seem like any of these console manufacturers were manufacturing consoles. And the thing is I get why people are excited about these systems, even though, like I said, there's no games that are only for these systems except for the 3 on the PlayStation 5. And honestly, I mean, they're not the best games in the world. They're not console system sellers. They're pretty good games, but they're not $500 console games. You know what I mean? They're not something you go, oh, I have to get the PlayStation 5 because it's got Astro Bot. Phenomenal game. Love the game to death. But it's not the reason to buy a system. The reason that people are so hyped to get these systems is A, it's something shiny and new, and we're humans, and our monkey brain goes, I want that, I don't have that, it's shiny, it's new, I need to own it, look at it, it's weird, it's great, I need it. The other reason is because we're all fucking bored because we're stuck inside. We can't go anywhere. Everything's closed. There's nothing to do. I'm losing my mind. It's been almost a year now. Isn't that fucking crazy? It's been almost a year now that we have all been self-isolating, quarantining, and trying not to get sick. So because of that, people are getting cabin fever. People need new things. People are like, okay, well, if I'm going to be stuck inside, I'm at least going to play video games, and I at least want to play video games at the highest fidelity, best frame rate, quickest loading times, all that sort of things, and they're not even able to do that. They're not able to because they did not produce enough systems, which is why, again, they should have delayed it. They just should have delayed it. And the thing is, I like what they've done. I like the fact that all the games pretty much on the PlayStation 5 and Series X are also on the previous generation. That's a very consumer-friendly thing to do. It means nobody is getting left out. It means that everybody is able to play everything, and that's just wonderful. That's great. But it doesn't drive as much excitement for these systems. I have not played a PlayStation 5 or Series X, even like a Series X enhanced game, like since the systems have come out. I mean, I think the last time was when I streamed Spider-Man, which was like maybe a month ago now. I mean, there's so few games that are super enhanced or meant for the system that I'm just not playing. I mean, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima on my PlayStation 5. That's the game I'm playing most. And I'm playing Yakuza 0 on my Series X. There is no load time. I see loading and then it's done. That's great, but I'd still be able to play the game if I didn't have a Series X. Ghost of Tsushima runs at 60 frames per second, looks gorgeous, runs amazingly, load times like that, but again, I could still be playing the same game if I just had a PlayStation 4. And this video isn't just saying, hey, these should have been delayed, but it's also more of a video to try to soothe people that didn't get the systems. Look, I have the systems. It's great that it upgrades my games. It's great that the games are running better and loading faster and all that sort of thing, but you're not missing out on anything. I know for some reason people are getting upset whenever I say that, when I'm not trying to put you down. I'm not trying to like flex on you or whatever because I have a gaming console. Who gives a shit? It's a video game console. I am genuinely trying to have people relax because people are losing their minds over these systems 2 months later when really you can wait. Patience is a virtue, especially for something that you're not missing out on anything. Like, you're just going to play the same games you're already playing, but in a better way, I guess. Just slightly better way. But because they didn't wait, now there's a lot of people with a case of the feel-bads, which I definitely get. It sucks not being able to get the newest, best thing out there. It really does. Especially when you know a bunch of other people that have gotten it. I get it. I really do. But take solace in the fact that hopefully it's available readily in the next month or two. I'll do another live stream whenever it's a confirmed date, but they just seem like random shotgun dates out there. They're not even shotgun dates. They just randomly pop up for 5 minutes and then they're gone. Like that's what we've seen, and it's incredibly frustrating to a lot of people. It's just the way they've handled this entire launch is just a nightmare. I like how they're talking about a PlayStation 5 Pro already. There's rumors about that. Nobody can even buy the PlayStation 5. Why would there be a Pro? If there's a PlayStation 5 Pro, it's going to be in like 3 or 4 years. Because if it came out now, it'd be like $1,000. And again, no games would really take advantage of it because there's not even any real PlayStation 5 games yet, except for the 3 that I mentioned. It's just really funny to me just to see these. And then there's the Xbox Series XS, which is rumored to be just a Series X with no disk drive, but it's incredibly confusing because they're calling it the Series XS. I feel bad for the grandmas that are going to try to go out and buy their kid the newest Xbox, and they're presented with the X, the XS, and the S, and they're just like, what? I don't envy GameStop workers, really ever, but especially now with these terrible Nintendo naming conventions that Xbox is going with. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this, if you guys feel like it's fine that it came out, and that it's limited because at least some people get to experience the new system. If you think it is unreasonable of me to think that they should have delayed it, even though I feel like the supply issues wouldn't be there if they just manufactured enough for all the people that were going to want it, because obviously it was going to be a hot item no matter when they launched it. November, February, January, it doesn't matter. We're all stuck inside. We want to play video games. It's going to sell like hotcakes. Hell, even if there wasn't a pandemic going on, I think the systems would have sold just fine because people want the latest and greatest things, and it's been 7 years since the last console launch, so people are always hyped up, and it's not a Wii U, so people are, they're hyped up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like the video if you guys liked it, subscribe for more content, and as always, have a fantastic day. See you, everybody.